Danny Gathone for Pro Boxing Fan, delighted to be joined in Liverpool by the Tartan Tornado himself. And you're sort of home these days, Josh. Obviously, we'll come on to your fight with Echo Esserman in just a second, but a couple of lads from the Rotunda gym on the bill this Saturday night. You got Hyder, Herrera, Jack Turner, both got a bit of bite to them in and out of the ring. You looking forward to Saturday night?
Yeah, it's going to be good. Looking forward to it. Obviously haven't seen Herrera box live. I saw him box on TV's last fight and stuff, but I haven't seen him boxing live, so I'm looking forward to watching him fighting. In the gym, he's always trying to kill everyone in the gym, so I'm looking forward to watching his fight. So yeah, it's good. I'm looking forward to watching the lads on Saturday. It'll be good.
Hyder's getting a bit of a reputation amongst your hardcore boxing fans. Obviously, he's a Cuban, seems to punch very hard. Was it for the IBO, his last fight, the televised fight, stopped the fella in a round? Just how good a fighter is he? You see more than we do behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's very good. He's not your typical Cuban. He's not like the Cubans are very slick and moving around with good feet work. He is slick and he has got good feet work, but he tends to hold his feet a little bit more and use his head movement and his timing, got very good timing. But he seems to have dynamite power in his hands. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching him as well.
Josh, while I got you, got to talk about yourself. The first fight at welterweight against Echo Esserman, creeping ever closer. I just wanted to ask you, first of all, at this stage, obviously, the fight's still a bit away, but a big talking point is the fact you're up at weight. You're up at weight now, obviously, you're up the extra 7 pounds. I just wanted to know, at this stage, obviously, we're a good few weeks away from the fight. Do you notice any difference in your preparation? Can you focus more on the actual training for the fight as opposed to worrying about your weight?
No, it's much more of the same as what I've been doing, but obviously can focus a little bit more on putting on a little bit of muscle now, focusing on more strength training, but I had to kind of limit that a little bit with doing 140. I couldn't really afford to put on much more muscle because I was quite tight at the weight, and having said that, I could still make the weight okay, still made the weight fine, but I was kind of limited as to kind of the strength training that I could do. I couldn't really afford to put on any muscle and stuff, so I kind of had to limit myself a little bit. But with this one, I can afford to lift weights every day if I want, and I can just do bicep curls every day. Just sick of being a skinny little pune all the time, a little pube, you know what I mean? So now I can put on a little bit of muscle, put on a little bit of strength, and but again though, it's only £7. It's only 147. It's not as if I'm jumping up 2 stone or whatever, So I'm naturally quite big anyway. So I'm going to have to still cut to make 147, but it just won't be as drastic as having to make 140. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's taking that sort of hindrance of what I can eat and what I can put in my body, and at times on like leading up to the fight, closer to the fight, you know what I mean? I'm not going to have to restrict myself as much and be as tight to make the weight, because I've got a whole lot of weight to, £7 to play with there. I'm not going to have to take that off, so that's going to be a walk in the park. So yeah, I can afford to get stronger and fill out a little bit, which is going to be good. It's going to take a little while because I've been 140 my whole career, so it's going to take a little while, and it's going to take a bit of time to get stronger and fill into the weight. It might take 1 or 2 fights till you see the difference in the shape of my body. So, or the difference in maybe the carrying the power, But having said that, I know I can punch hard enough anyway. I know I can put people over at 147 anyway. I can punch hard enough. My timing and the snap and my punches is hard enough to hurt anyone. So yeah, it's just a case of building into the weight and filling into it a little bit and getting strong for 147 now. So that's going to take a little bit of time.
You mentioned there you spent your whole career up until this point at £140. People have been talking about this move up to welterweight for years. It feels like, why was now the right time to make that jump up those extra £7?
I just think I need a new fresh start in my career. I need a new goal in a sense. At 140 I completed it. I'd completed boxing at 140. I'd won everything there was to win. The only thing I hadn't really boxed for was a British title. I wasn't going to do that at 140. So I says, right, a fresh start, fresh set of goals. I'm at the back again at 147, so it's now being back the hunter again. It's now proving myself at 147. And there's great fights domestically at 147 as well, great fighters. And then obviously the world scene that's kind of opened up a little bit. So it's given me a new challenge, a new set of goals to obviously to set and aim for. So it's given me that little boost again, that chase and hunter mentality, so yeah, it's given me that enthusiasm again and fire back in my stomach.
What are your thoughts on the current welterweight landscape? Obviously seen as a bit of a sleeping giant at the minute, maybe a division in transition after the big fight between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, all 4 belts currently with different champions, although you've got the unification between Boots and Stanionis. Where do you see yourself in that division? It's maybe a division lacking in the big names we've seen in the past.
Well, I think that there's still some big names, there's still some big names there. But yeah, it's certainly obviously the Crawfords and the Spences have sort of moved on a little bit. But yeah, absolutely, it's still a red hot division and there's some great fighters in there. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to the challenge. I'm not looking any further forward than May 24th. It's one fight at a time this stage in my career. So I'm fully focused on Echo Esserman putting in a good performance, looking good, looking well, feeling nice and strong at the weight. Not just a blown up light welter. Hopefully I can look like I'm a good strong 147 as well in this fight. As I say, it's going to take a little bit of time to put the little bit of size on and put the strength on, but that's what I'll be working on, and working on this camp as well. I can do a lot more S&C stuff. I can do a lot more explosive S&C stuff rather than sort of hindering on putting the heavyweights on because I can't afford to put muscle on because I'm tight at the 140. I can do 147 now, so I can focus on getting strong. So yeah, it's just a case of getting stronger, not bigger. It's just a case of getting stronger, which is going to take time.
I know you're focused on Echo Esserman, you say, but I've got to ask you anyway. There was a lot of talk, I think more around the time when you were rumoured to sign it with Matchroom, about an all-British fight between yourself and Conor Benn. Now Conor's obviously jumping up 2 weights to middleweight for this fight with Chris Eubank Jr. Is that a name that still interests you? It'd be one of the biggest fights domestically that could be made? Aye,
absolutely, down the line. To see how it gets on with Eubank, I don't know what his plans are or whatever. I don't really care. I'm interested in myself. But yeah, absolutely, it's a big fight. It's a big fight either way. So yeah, I'm open to any challenges at 147. So yeah, it's going to be great. I'm excited.
What have you made of the whole press conference, egg slapping back and forth between those two?
I thought it was great. I thought it was a great addition there.
What would you do if someone slapped you with an egg?
I wouldn't be happy myself. Put myself in Conor's shoes, I would be trying to go for him as well. But it's not like it's unmerited or undeserved. The guy's fair through drugs test and still getting the box. I think the way he handled the whole situation and all that was terrible. So yeah, I thought it was brilliant. Yeah.
Last one before I let you go, Josh. What's your prediction for that fight? Is the weight too much for Conor, or is he maybe getting Eubank at the right time?
I don't know. It's exciting. I think the Eubank, if he's at his best, could beat him. It might be a little bit too much of a jump, but I don't know. Don't know. But Conor, there's just don't know.
Looking forward to it, and looking forward to seeing yourself up at welterweight next month or 2 months' time. Josh Taylor, thanks very much.
Thank you.